Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. Well, as you can see by the title, I've received word today that there are some repetitive burglaries in the Austin community. Um, and one of the business owners was very upset to know that the organization that is supposed to be an organization that protects the businesses in the community is not doing a good job. And so the burglaries have been multiple burglaries. We're not talking about one, we're not talking about two, we're talking about multiple burglaries, and the damage has been extensive. And anybody knows that can be quite costly. Quite costly. Even if you have insurance, it's still costly. But here is my thing. As I listen to the conversation about the burglaries that's happening in the Austin community, I thought about there are some businesses that the burglaries didn't happen to. And so when I was listening to the conversation about the burglaries that was going on, I said, well, do you think this is a setup to try to get you to those business owners to move out of the Austin community so you can have white companies come in to the Austin community? Now, where these businesses lie is the border of Chris Talafaro, and the other side is 37 Ward Emma Mitts. Now, from the business owner, Talafaro, Mitts, the AABNA, Malcolm, nobody has said nothing. Westside Health Authority hasn't said nothing. Your Camille Lillies, your LaShawn Fords, nobody has said nothing. And for to have so many cameras and nobody know nothing. Now, what she did say that 15th District has been very instrumental in helping. But if you have an organization for Chicago Avenue and nobody knows nothing, and then your organization hasn't been hit, none from Westside Health Authority has been hit, just the other businesses, what is really going on here? And then she brought up a good point. Bronzeville is booming. There is no transparency in the Austin community. There has been nothing shown that will build up the Austin community. What has been shown is you let outside entities come in and set up office or shop in the Austin community that does not benefit the Austin community. And I'm just going to keep it 100. And I know you all may not like it. But again, as I've said many times before, I don't care. I don't. Austin Coming Together came in the community. And when they first got into the community, I spoke to the gentleman who was over Austin Coming Together. And I gave him all the information and everything. And I still have yet to see how Austin is coming together because I don't see that. I've seen that again as I'm going back, doing a little backstory when By the Hands came into play, and then next thing you know, Moving Errors came into play, and then next thing you know, because of the entities and the color of the skin that was coming in the Austin community, things that you could have done for the residents you didn't want to do, you done for the white investors who were coming in the community. And then we allow other corporations come in our community and tell us how we should live, what we can place in our community, and our elected officials never consider the real needs of the community. You're not transparent. You don't have no plans. You have nothing. And I bet you my last dollar, any construction or change in hands of building of buildings is not being supported of Black businesses. They are outside entities coming into the Austin community just for the money. And I'll say this again until Jesus returns. It is sad that we have elected officials who lie when they're running their resumes to get into office and say it's unity in the community. And I don't know what Chris Talaferro's spiel was. I don't know. LaShawn Ford, you've been in office long enough for Austin to look like downtown. Emma Mitch, your ass been sitting in the 37th Ward long enough for Austin to look like Oak Park. There should not be an area that big that you house that don't have no grocery stores, that don't have no pharmacies, that don't meet the needs of the people in the community. Business owners are not protected as you say they are. Now I see, and I'll say this again, y'all, how can I put this? You bring in those individuals who has the pretense like they really care about the avenue in which they're supposed to be responsible for. But as we see, as long as you've been doing what you're doing, Austin community should be much further along than what it is. And it's not. You got more Dollar Tree stores than you need to have. There is no real banks in Austin community. There are no real grocery stores in the Austin community. So do we think the alderman should get a pat on her back for the Walmart? Really? What happened to the Brock's candy that was supposed to be something that was going to benefit the community, and now it ended up being a parking lot for 18-wheelers? Why are you all sitting in the seat? Why? Explain that to the constituents who vote for y'all narrow asses. Why should they vote for you? You only pop up out the woodwork when you feel like it's election time and you feel like you just do just enough to get by. Just enough. And that is unfair. And people are sick of it. They're sick of it. You got these abandoned schools that you won't give them to the grassroots organizations to make something out of them, but you feed into the organization that's been sitting here. There's no checks. There's no balances. Nothing has changed in the 37th Ward. Matter of fact, I drove down my old block and the park is back dark again. And the only way that something's going to happen in Little Jack Park, Levine Park, whatever you want to call it, if something of criminal activity happened, you find a body, and then y'all asses gonna want to jump on the news media and say, well, we got this under control. And this is not just for the 37th Ward. At least Bronzeville is doing something for the South Side. There, and per the young lady I spoke to today, they have transparency in Bronzeville. They have schematics that shows what their purpose, what their goals is, how they're going to build up the community. What the hell do the West Side have? With all y'all aldermen, what are you doing? Michael Scott, what are you doing? In your area, it doesn't look any better neither. What? Chris Talaferro, you got one side. Jason Urban, what are you doing? Mario's closed down, and what did you all replace it with? Nothing. It's sitting there with weeds collecting. Emmett School on Central and Madison. What is being done with that? Don't put that up there like a dog on another Foreman Mills. You don't need another damn Foreman Mills nowhere to be found. And if you say that Food for Less is the grocery store in the community, be realistic. If you go in Oak Park, there is a Pete's on Lake Street. There is Jewels on Madison. You follow me? Mitz let the Walgreens close on Chicago Avenue when she knew full well that they was closing. Just like she knew that the YMCA was leaving off of Central and Lake. And she allowed that to be. And then to cover her ass, she turned around and gave it to a slumlord, Eric Rubenstein, for $1. And your ass been sitting in the seat for years. And what have you done to make a difference, to show change, to show improvement, to give the kids something to look forward, to give single parents something to look forward to? And why do we have the Austin Chamber of Commerce if it's not serving the purpose that it needs to service? Some of these businesses in the Austin community that you all allow to come in there, y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves. And then you all talk about crime. You don't have as many liquor stores in Oak Park. You don't have many liquor stores downtown. And you definitely don't have many liquor stores up north. But in our communities, you let them drop on every corner, 2 in a block. Why is that? Why is that? And Emma, aren't you the commissioner over liquor and licensing? Are you not? Because the last time I thought you was the commissioner over liquor and licensing. See, election time is about to roll around again. And for you constituents that go along with these individuals, because y'all got great relationships, y'all think they are great individuals. At one time, they may have been. But there needs to be a law passed that your ass cannot hold the seat no longer than 2 years, 2 terms like you do the president. Because y'all get so comfortable, you getting these checks, and what you forget, it's not your seat, it's the seat of the people. And if y'all asses can't address the people and you can't look out for the people, then your asses need to be evicted from the seat. Let's call a thing a thing. And for those businesses who took their hard-earned money and listened to that bullcrap pitch y'all sold to them to come into the Austin community and join the AAA, BNA, and Westside Health Authority, and we're going to build a Black Wall Street in the Austin community, and y'all ain't built it yet. You haven't built it yet. So what is the real purpose? Now, don't get me wrong. I like Malcolm. But business is business and BS is BS. Let's call it what it is. Even Westside Health Authority. Business is business and BS is BS. When we was on the Care Collaborative Committee, when Rahm Emanuel was mayor, they brought all these entities together to sit down to talk about economic development, all these areas that we need to address and be concerned. We had all these conversations and we were sitting down and had the whiteboards and we was coming with ideas how to build up the Austin community. And when the grant came through, $250,000 came through. Not one organization that sat at that table saw it. It all went to Westside Health Authority. Every penny. And they got a lot of business, a lot of buildings. But what are these organizations doing? How are they being impactful in the Austin community? Because I don't see it. I don't see it. But yet and still, when we have some things, when Mayor Lightfoot did the little conversation, I forgot what the live stream she did, and Malcolm was there talking. But y'all want to stand up here and pat yourself on the back. See, talk is cheap. It's very cheap. Your actions don't match your conversations. And if you drive down Austin, around the Austin community, in the surrounding areas, nope. It ain't what it should be. Even Central and Lake is not what it should be. Not at all. The community should be rich. Where are the TIF funds going? Where are they going? How are the businesses protected? Why do you ask people to invest in an area that you don't invest in the businesses to make sure they're safe and secure? And why are you all not reporting? I haven't heard on the news media nowhere about the repetitive burglaries that's happening in the Austin community. And it's only certain businesses, and certain businesses are not being touched. So it makes me think it's some under the table crap going on, that y'all trying to push those individuals out. But I'm going to tell y'all pushing people to a point that they're going to come out the woodwork and they're going to bust y'all asses wide open with the crap that y'all doing. So if you're going to say you're going to do something, if you say you're going to represent somebody, if you say you're going to support somebody, if you say you're going to push somebody, then damn it, y'all need to do it. With all this money y'all investing, I ain't seen too much money invested in the Austin community. Not at all. Just like I talked about that Mother's Day extravaganza. You took somebody else's idea and you made it your own. And that's the crap I have a problem with. I don't have no faith in none of y'all, because it shows consistently how you all lie and you perpetrate and pretend like you care. Y'all have people pulling your strings and you don't give a damn about the constituents. Not whatsoever. And LaShawn Ford, he pops up every now and then. But I remember when his ass was in trouble too. He was on his way to go to jail too. But then miraculously, he didn't end up going to jail. And he still end up, being the state representative. And I remember one time he took upon himself to drive through the Austin community on Pine and Lake Street. So he started, from the divide coming across Central, that he drove down Lake Street, what used to be a standard gas station on the corner. Now they have given it to somebody. I guess they're going to make it a car repair shop because it was empty for a long time. And then he took his little sweet time and drove down Pine and talked about the area. But you're the state representative. So what you talking about an area that you're supposed to be representative of? Camille Lilly, you ain't off the list. Don Harmon, you not off the list neither. Dick Durbin, you ain't off the list. Danny Davis, you ain't off the list neither. I know people love y'all dirty draws. I know they do. But y'all only speak to the people that you have in your circle. Nobody else can get nothing from y'all that's going to benefit the community, because y'all come up with every excuse in the book not to accommodate. Chris Tyler Farmer, you got a whole plan. And Francis Scott Key is still vacant to this day. It's still vacant to this day. And you got a whole plan for it. Emmett School is still vacant to this day. There is needs in that community that can be met, but y'all asses don't want to meet them. Y'all want to bring these outside investors and be as those in the community, and people in that community is struggling to keep what they have. And every time you turn around, y'all try to do something to force somebody out, just like you did me. See, when I was downtown in court for mortgage fraud for my parents' property that they purchased when I was 10 years old, and I had lived in that property 45 years of my life. When I got out of court, the city of Chicago allowed a firm to buy the back taxes, which I was unaware of. And I'm in court fighting for my parents' property. And I end up losing it. 45 years of my life I lived there. And then I go to the state representative, LaShawn Ford, and I tell him my plight. I was working at the Austin Community Center up under the minister who went to jail and who still owe me back pay today. I was working at the Austin Community Center, and I asked him, because he was around there talking to Eric Rubenstein. They were supposed to have a capital improvement budget or funds that was supposed to help improve the old YMCA, which it has not happened. It's still infested. It still floods. It still got bed bugs and all this stuff. And then I don't understand why the city was allowing a homeless shelter to reside in a building with no elevators. But that's a whole nother story. And so I told him about my situation, and he told me he could not help me whatsoever. But then he turned around and he bought the property for himself up under his real estate agency. And then he sold it for $250,000. So you wonder why I don't believe a damn thing y'all say? These are the reasons why. I used to have to walk to Emma Mitt's office and sit there to get them to do something. Went through hell to get the park lights to stay on. They found a couple of bodies over in the park. People would come from other neighborhoods and kill somebody and drop them off in the park over there by the L tracks. Push to get the bushes cut. Push about the sidewalk. Push to get the new playground over there. You got to go through all this, and then y'all have the nerve to have y'all asses on TV talking about, we need you to vote for us. Why? Why do you need me to vote for you when you don't do nothing for me? You haven't done a damn thing for the people who asked you to do something, but you've been kind, you've been true, and you've been very helpful to the same select people. Then you let some of these ministers come in and tell you what the community needs, and they asses don't even come in there except for on Wednesday and Sunday. So how does that work? How does it work? Y'all explain that to me. So the young lady is pissed off, and I don't blame her. I would be pissed off too. If I took my hard-earned money and I invested in the Austin community, I believe in the organizations that say we're trying to build up something, and nobody knows nothing. There's no transparency. You got all these cameras, and the same businesses keep getting broken in over and over all the time. Really? What's wrong with that picture? What is the real purpose and the real reason why these businesses are being broken into? And why was it not on the news that these businesses are being broken into? Is anybody looking into it? See, ain't no transparency, ain't no honesty, ain't no realness. Y'all ass is full of shit. All of y'all. All y'all care about is that damn check that you get. Now, what we should do for each one of y'all, we should make y'all go through the process we go through when we go through unemployment. Let y'all see how it feels. See, y'all sit y'all asses behind them doors, and then you make rules and regulations on people's lives. The property tax, the water bill, the garbage tax, the bag tax, the drinking tax, and you don't give a damn about how people are already struggling to make ends meet. Every expressway, 294 is full. All of a sudden, it's money that's coming out the woodwork where y'all got all these doggone barricades to fix the expressway that ain't nothing wrong with, and y'all won't even fix the freaking side streets. Stop patting individuals on their damn back and talking about they doing a good job when they should have been doing the damn job all the way. That's what you got elected for, to do your damn job. So you don't deserve no pats on the back for nothing that you should be doing from the get-go. Bottom line, I don't give a flying fart who it is. From the mayor, from the governor, from the alderman, state representative, the senator, the congressman, every last one of y'all asses is an employee of ours, the constituents. And when y'all asses start acting like that, you might get somewhere. But until then, this is what you're going to get every time. Because, it boiled my blood when I heard that young lady rage about her business being broken into multiple times. And she said she couldn't get no answers. Nobody knew nothing. Nobody seen nothing. And nobody said nothing. Malcolm, why you didn't know what was going on Chicago Avenue? But y'all want people to come in there and believe in y'all and trust y'all. How y'all going to cover these people? Westside Health Authority, what's going on with you? Are y'all really giving back to people? See, y'all think y'all give a people a couple of turkeys and a couple of dry goods that you've done such a fantastic job. Hell, that's once a year. Thanksgiving giveaway don't give you no pats on the back. When we see you building up the awesome community, when we see important businesses coming in, when we see abandoned buildings, a program started where you can rehab buildings, then we may consider. But until then, even our criminal justice system, the Cook County jail system, sucks. And I don't know why y'all sit up here and lie. Y'all lie too damn much. Y'all need to get some t-shirts when you're running for office and you get on there talking about your campaign. I'm just up here lying. Don't believe me. Because see, your mouth say a whole lot of things and your actions say something else. And it's time out. People are fed up. They are tired. They're tired. See, people have to pay for those properties. People pay mortgages for buildings. And who want to pay a mortgage for a building that somebody's coming in and vandalizing? And y'all can't see nothing. But oh, glory be to God. When they was down there, looting downtown, y'all made sure them buildings got fixed up quickly. You promised them business owners they're going to be taken care of. And y'all got on the news from Kim Fox to Mayor Lightfoot and everybody else. We promise. We make you a solid promise. We're going to go through social media. We're going to go through every camera. And we're going to find those individuals who was down there looting. That same damn respect you give for downtown, give it for the west and the south sides. And if you can't do that, get y'all funky asses out the damn seat. Bottom line. And that's all I got to say. Because this shit right here is ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. And y'all should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know how y'all asses sleep. I don't know how your conscience is at peace knowing this kind of crap is going on. How? What are your plans for the Austin community? What are your plans? Can you manifest them? to show the residents what you all are trying to do. And I'm not talking about bringing out another outside agency that of white folks into the Austin community. What can you do with the people that's in there? And I'm not going to talk about AAA, ABNA, and I'm not talking about Westside Health Authority and any other, and Austin coming together, and any other organization that y'all always feeding funds to. See, people think when they come in Austin, they have to go to certain people. But when you're going to certain people, you best believe they ass is getting a dividend from you going through them. Understand me when I say. So y'all think people are really stupid, and they not. This some bullshit right here. If ever it was some bullshit, it's some bullshit. This system that we call fair, this system what we call honest, it's not. It sucks. It stinks. And a lot of y'all don't like this. Here's why y'all don't subscribe to this channel. And I'm okay with that, because I'm never going to stop telling the truth. And y'all may not like it. And I don't care. I'm not here to make your record look pretty and clean. Y'all don't deserve it. You ain't work for shit. Y'all kept collecting the check for what? For what? That's all I'm saying. Step up to the damn plate and do your damn job. Bottom line. How about that? All right. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and leave a comment. We'll talk again. Well, that completes another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. I hope that you have enjoyed the conversation that we talked about. Please leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you too can know when I upload other videos. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Until we talk again.